Hello everyone, welcome to my video review. My name is Fahad Aliyu and a lot of people know me on Instagram and Facebook as FALLIGRAPHY, and today I'll be doing a video review of the Pilot Parallel pen. This pen is quite famous for calligraphy and a few other kinds of art, but mainly calligraphy, and everyone who does calligraphy knows the parallel pen, Pilot Parallel pen. And I just got this newly and I decided to make a YouTube video to show how it works and why it's good for calligraphy, both beginners and professionals. So this is how it comes in the box, like this. It comes in different sizes. This is the 2.4 millimeters. The nib is 2.4 millimeters, and there's 1.5 millimeter, which is smaller, and then there's 3.8 millimeters, which is a bit bigger than this, and then there's the biggest one, which is this, the 6 millimeters. So you have the cover. It comes with two inks, the red and the black ink respectively, and this is, I'll talk about this in a bit, and the pen itself. So this is the pen. This is called the barrel of the pen, and this is the cartridge. This is where the ink flows from here all the way to the nibs, and the nibs are actually two steel plates, sort of pressed against each other, and they are cut a bit so that the ink flows. I'm not sure if this is visible, but like that. So this is a sort of nib cleaner. Sometimes while doing calligraphy, the tip or the nib may get clogged up with ink or substances or fibers from different kind of papers, because depending on the kind of paper you use to write this on, sometimes the fiber from the paper can get into the nib and it stops the smooth flow of ink. So what you do is you just take this and you put it, like I said earlier, it's basically two steel plates pressed against each other. You take this and you put it in between the steel plates, just like that, and you just do that, slide it in between, and it gets rid of everything that is in between. And then you have this is sort of a, how do I call this? This is used to rinse the cartridge. Basically, it sort of draws water. So if you want to clean this part, because it can also get clogged up sometimes, you just take this, press, draw some water and push it inside this way, and when you press, it sort of flushes out everything that is creating the blockage in the ink cartridge. So last but not least comes this. This is sort of a manual, a beginner's guide, some instructions in different languages from Pilot. Here, for example, it shows each part of the pen, the nib cleaner, the cap, the barrel, the pipette for cleaning the pen unit. So yeah, this is the pipette, the ink cartridge, this is the ink, and yeah, it shows you the different angles in which you can hold the pen for different styles. It shows the different types and nib widths of several other pens. It shows so many informations: how to flush the cartridge with the pipette, and how to use different ways to use the pen itself, different techniques. And on this other side of the page, it shows the different fonts or scripts or styles in which you can use this pen to write. So we have italic, you have Roman, you have Gothic. So just 3 types. Each one, the lowercase and the uppercase of the letters. And here are some samples: stylish samples, decorative, flourishing, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's what comes in the box of the pen. Now I'll demonstrate how to load the pen with the ink. I will choose black. So this is the ink. It has a broad side, a really broad and open side, and then it has the small part which is closed. So you insert the broad edge into this part of the pen, the head of the pen, and you press down until you hear a click, like so. Okay. I'm not sure if it's inside or not, but yes, now it just penetrated inside without a click, but anyways, you get the drill. So basically, oh, it's coming out already. Once it's inside, you just close it, you insert the barrel, and I already stained my hand. You know, immediately you can see the ink is already flowing out of the pen, and there you go. So you can write, you can demonstrate different kind of strokes with this pen. For example, the broad stroke is like so, the thin stroke is like so. So you can have different variations like this. You can have curvy variations as well, depending on how or which script you want to write. And what else? Maybe this. Try to write an O. Now I'm going to follow the examples from the instruction manual. I will try to write some italic, some Roman, and some Gothic using the pen. So, like so. This is italic. And then let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to try some Gothic. This is Gothic, and okay, another version of Gothic, which is Factor. Factor. So this is just a small demonstration on how the Pilot parallel pen actually writes. You can see it's nice, it's smooth. This is why it's strongly recommended for beginners. And about the ink, when the ink runs out, because the ink of this pen actually runs out pretty quickly, especially when you practice a lot. The original ink that comes with the pen, it runs out, and you can buy the, some extra nibs. For example, it's shown here on this instruction sheets that there are several different types, different colors. You can buy each single color individually, or you can buy one which contains 12 different colors. It's called the box of 12 assorted colors. But to be honest, it's quite expensive buying the ink over and over and over again. Instead, what you do is you get one of these. This is the Ecoline watercolor by Talons. They have quite a lot in their line of watercolors. This is the green color. You can just buy a bottle of this and you get a dropper from any pharmacy or wherever. You get a dropper and you just open the ink, you take some, and for example in my 6mm pen, that's exactly what I do. This is already finished, as you can see. So I'll actually use this means to demonstrate how to refill it. So this is the empty ink cartridge. This is the dropper. You just draw some ink and like that. So when this is full, you simply put it back into the head like so, and back into the barrel. This is the cheapest way to refill your parallel pens without buying the whole pack of inks and running out every time. So here you have it. like that, and it works. And by the way, one more thing about how to get the perfect proportion for these letters. If you get the pen where the fonts are written, it's written how many nib widths you're supposed to stack up for each type of letter, for each font of lettering. So the italic, for example, requires 5 nib widths, the Roman 4, and the Gothic 4 as well. I usually use 5 for the Gothic, but it doesn't matter. So what does it mean by nib width? Is, for example, for the italic, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 nib widths for the italic, and for the Roman, or the foundational hand, whichever you choose to call it, you can. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. For this particular video, I used 4.5 nib width for all of them, but it doesn't make any huge difference. It's just I use 5 for some things, and the instruction says you should use 4. It doesn't matter as long as you create beautiful letters. So that's how to get nib widths for each, and if you go online and you search, you'll find a lot of nib widths for a lot of different types of scripts. I'm going to demonstrate how the 6mm works, for example. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 5 for the italic, like so. So this is the letter A. This is the letter B. One, two, three. This is the letter C in italic, and this is the D. So like that. That is how to get the proportions of each letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nib widths, 4 nib widths, whatever. You can just check each script and see how many nib widths are required for that script, and you just keep writing. That's all for the pilot parallel pen. Thank you for watching. Join the movement. Calligraphy is alive, and happy writing. Peace.